Let's dive into the primetime recap of the week 8 games. We got Packers and Bills on Sunday night and Bengals Browns on Monday night. We'll start with Sunday night. Diehard Packers fan, what's your takeaway here?
There was some positive things, but ultimately I'm not going to go on a big, you know, ordeal or rant. Just watching like the offense and whatever people can say, like it's a part of it is on Rodgers, but like I saw with the Bills, like he made some throws that like it kind of reminded you of like, oh yeah, this is Aaron Rodgers, like this is why we have him. Um, our running game can still, I think, like it's all right.
Needs to be
I
used
wish,
more.
yeah, it needs to be just creative, utilized a little bit more. Because frankly, our interior line is just bad. Like it's,
Yeah.
I understand Elgin Jenkins wasn't there, but it's just been pretty bad. Zach Tom, probably a great human, but he's a tackle. I mean, there was multiple times at guard he was just getting run back right in Aaron Rodgers, and unfortunately, it seems this is the year where, I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong. It feels like in years past when a guy would come free or get to Rodgers, like he could usually make the first guy miss and like, escape, get outside. Feels like this year, if I see some guy coming at him, like that's a sack. Like he just kind of just goes down. And I get he's old, he's approaching 40, but um that was
Oh,
just
I think
takeaways from the game.
that was a core staple of the last 10 years of Aaron Rodgers led offenses was essentially making something out of nothing and then having the chemistry with the wide receivers like Jordy Nelson, Devontae Adams to just basically play backyard football. And you
Right.
saw that on that touchdown where the guy on Sunday night, gosh, I can't remember his name. He just breaks off the
Torre,
yeah, breaks
Samari
off the post route just because he sees green grass and then like connects. Like that's where Aaron Rodgers has been successful for his entire career, is just making you know crap out of
those type of
nothing.
throws. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, the escapability and mobility has definitely been down this year, but I think part of that too is less time in general. So I think it goes both ways with the lack of O line play and old age, and
Yeah.
then lack of chemistry with the young wide receivers as well. But
Yeah, no. So definitely, I would say a mix of both is really the main issue because I don't know if basically, I mean, we're going to get into the trade deadline moves, but of the guys that got moved, I don't know if a receiver really solves all of our problems.
no,
Like
it
the
doesn't.
protection is still an issue, not running the ball enough is still an issue, and there's just defensively as well. It's been pretty ugly. I mean, our run defense is ranked like 26th. So again, given the personnel we have, it just shouldn't be that way. But yeah, and I don't have anything else really to add about the Packers. It was another like they show sparks, drives where it's like, oh, this is what we could be, and ultimately, like we're just not a good team this year. Buffalo was always in control of that game. Is a 10-point game may not tell you it. They were in control. I mean, it was out like 14-0 right from the jump. They could have probably poured it on more
No,
if
and this
needed.
is this is why the Packers needed to win their last couple games because their schedule now goes like Lions, Ravens,
Eagles are in there. The
Eagles are
Cowboys
in
are in
there.
there.
I think it's Lions, Ravens, Cowboys for the next 3 weeks. So
Yeah,
it's like
it's a brutal stretch,
barring a Rogers
and
miracle,
yeah,
the season is over. Um, I accepted this 3 weeks ago, so it's no news to me. But I did take the Packers to cover the 11.5 point spread, so I was happy about that.
yeah, no, that's
Um,
a good pick.
but yeah, Bills rolled. Packers, I have nothing positive to say, so we'll move on.
Yeah,
Um,
fair enough.
Bengals Browns. I believe the final was it a goose egg final? Was it?
Oh no. The Browns, or I'm sorry, Bengals, bro. I think he got like 13. He got some garbage time points, but for a long time it was 25-0
Yeah,
at one
that's what
point.
I
Like that game
remember.
was, it was a bad watch, man. I mean, if you're a Browns fan, I mean, good for you, but
This is what I don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pull up these stats really quick, and then I'm gonna go on a Bengals rant because this is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to Zach Taylor. Um, I don't. I actually don't even have that much to rant on. Okay,
They didn't have Jamar Chase. I feel like
it
that's a
doesn't.
big deal.
But he doesn't get the ball that much, anyways. Like it's such
Yeah.
bland play calling. They have poor O line play, a half decent quarterback play. Now you lose your explosive wide receiver. Your leading receiver for the game, I believe, was Tyler Boyd. Not even. No, it was Hurst had the most receptions. Actually, Mixon
Oh,
did. Mixon had the most receptions. Sorry. Then it was Hurst. Then it was Boyd and Higgins. And it's just like I have so many problems with their offense. There are times this year it has looked so bland. It is so like, oh, we're gonna line up in 2x2 sets, two receivers on this side, two receivers on that side, and yeah, we're just gonna hope our receivers win. And the 2.5 seconds we're gonna give Joe Burrow to throw the ball. No, we're not gonna
yeah.
motion guys. No, we're not gonna run off, unique unique sets. No, it's like they're running an offense from 2015, 2014. It's
Yeah.
so bad. It's so bad, so outdated. And it gets exposed when you play a team like Miles Garrett or a guy like Miles Garrett, who has a great day. And honestly, regardless of all this, it's shout out to the Browns because it was a dominating performance. And I had these
Agreed.
opinions on the Bengals going in, and I still picked the Bengals to win without Jamar Chase. So I don't know where this puts the Browns because it really doesn't change anything for me other than, oh yeah, it was a division, like they know their division opponents and they're gonna play good against them. So
Yeah.
I don't know. This doesn't change anything for the Browns. I think the Browns are still a bottom feeder team. I don't see them making the playoffs. Bengals, all this does is solidify my Baltimore for the division pick. So I feel good about that moving forward. But yeah, I've had enough of Zach Taylor, man. It's time to go. It's time to move on. That offense is too good on paper to look like this. It looks like a um, Mike Zimmer led Vikings offense with a way better quarterback
Fair. Fair.
and and
So more of a waste of
and
talent, really.
arguably better receivers.
Yeah. No, I could. You could definitely make the argument. And no, it's unfortunate because now the Bengals are sitting at 4-4. I believe they do have a tougher schedule. Kind of just remaining. I mean, granted, the division they're in, it's always not easiest games. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, the rest of the way, that's gonna be a tough AFC playoff picture to sneak into this year. So
I think the
I don't
Bengals will be
know.
fine. Their next two games are Panthers and Steelers.
That
So
helps. Yeah, it really does help with the Steelers being the
that
Steelers this
helps. Then
year.
they go Titans, Chiefs, Browns, Bucks, Patriots, Bills, Ravens. I think that even if
See, that's an
this,
interesting stretch. And
it's an
again,
interesting
losing a
stretch,
game like
and
the
with
Browns,
the Ravens in Week 18 is very interesting as well because who knows? I mean, that's going to be potentially a division championship there, which could
right?
be
No, that could be a
a
big
win in
deal.
your in situation. But yeah, I'm confident enough in the Bengals to beat. They should have won this game, but to beat the Steelers and to beat the Panthers without Jamar Chase, and we'll see from there. They got a couple medium tier teams like the Patriots were in there, but I'm not
Right,
too
right.
worried about the Bengals. I don't think that they're Super Bowl favorites by any means, but you know
Oh
what? We
no,
said we
no.
said the same thing last year, so I
Yeah,
said this motto 100 times. Once you're in the playoffs, anything can happen. So that's kind of where I'm at regarding the Bengals. Packers, they need a miracle. Bills, keep doing what you're doing because you're the
yeah.
best team I've seen play in a long time. Well, maybe not a long time, but best
They're
team I've
good.
seen play this
They're
year.
good.
And yeah, the Browns, I'm just still confused because we know they're going to be competitive in almost every game, but like this was not competitive. This was dominant, and jury's still out on my opinion on the Browns. I don't think they can make the playoffs mathematically, but that doesn't mean that I don't think that they're good enough to be a playoff team. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
no, that does make sense.
This was their
It's
first real win though. So,
yeah, if they're in the NFC, I think they have a better shot.
but think about this. Think about if they do that game against the Chargers and they're 4-4 now, and they hit that field goal. because Brandon
Yeah.
Staley's an idiot, we could have a totally different thought process with the Browns right now.
Oh yeah, and
So
they could be 5-3 if they didn't blow it to the Jets in week 3 too. I mean, they've had some crazy
yeah,
fluky
they're
losses.
like the
So
Lions. Find ways
yeah,
to lose. Of course, they are the Browns, so the Lions are like the Browns actually. But
they're
um,
they're one and the same.